gamers. Welcome back to EPG Every Platform Gamer, the channel where we cover gaming news and do deep dives across PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, all of it. Gaming is changing. Actually, gaming has been changing for years. Most people haven't noticed it yet because the transition has been happening slowly, piece by piece, generation by generation. No physical games, no discs, no cartridges, no local hardware, just subscriptions and streaming. And I'm telling you right now, streaming games will be the norm. Not in 20 years, not in some distant sci-fi future. I'm talking within the next decade. And the technology that's going to make it happen? 6G. Look around at what's happening. Game prices keep increasing. PC components keep getting more expensive. Graphic cards cost a fortune. Consoles are becoming more expensive. Physical game ownership is disappearing. Meanwhile, subscription services are everywhere. Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, Netflix games, Amazon Luna, GeForce Now. Cloud gaming isn't the future anymore. It's already here. The problem is that until now, it hasn't been good enough. Every time cloud gaming gets discussed, somebody says the same old thing. Yeah, but the latency. They'll never solve the latency problem. The internet infrastructure isn't good enough. And honestly, for a long time, they were right. The technology wasn't there. Even if internet speeds were improving, latency was still the thing that made cloud gaming feel worse than playing locally. You could always feel it. That tiny delay, that disconnect. That feeling that you're not actually playing on your own machine. And that's exactly why I'm always talking about 6G. Because 6G isn't just about faster speed, it's about latency. Most people hear 6G and think, oh cool, we'll download games faster. No, you're thinking too small. Your goal is 6Gs to dramatically reduce latency while massively increasing bandwidth. We're talking about potential speeds reaching 100 gigabits per second, theoretical speeds approaching 1 terabit per second, latency potentially dropping below 1 millisecond. You just think about that for a second. A 200 gigabyte game could download in seconds, not minutes, not hours, seconds. And honestly, at those speeds, why would you even download the game? You just stream it instantly. Recently, I played the Netflix horror game Unhinged. Hear me out. And honestly, it was impressive. It ran perfectly fine on 5G. It looked great. No obvious latency. For most people, it felt almost identical to playing natively. The game itself was actually pretty good too. Way too short, but good. I hope they make more of it. And while playing it, I had a realization. If this experience is possible today on 5G, what happens when 6G arrives? Now here's where some people are going to disagree. But I work in the tech sector. I work with Azure every day. And I've spent a lot of time using cloud-based virtual machines for everyday computing and for gaming. Most people genuinely cannot tell the difference between an Azure VM and a local PC. For gaming, we're not completely there yet, but we're getting closer every year. The gap keeps shrinking, and eventually it will become good enough. That's the important part, not perfect, good enough. Because once it's good enough for the average gamer and the average consumer, the battle is over. This is where things get uncomfortable because all of these trends seem to be pushing towards the same destination. Higher hardware costs, digital-only games, subscription services, cloud platforms, and streaming. It's almost like the industry is conditioning people to accept a new normal. A world where we don't buy any hardware, you rent access. You don't own the game, you subscribe to it. You don't install the software, you stream it. You own less and less while paying more and more over time. And for the companies, that's the dream business model. Recurring revenue, monthly subscriptions, complete control. Here's the reality, most gamers aren't enthusiasts. Most gamers are casual players. They want convenience. They want instant access. They don't care about where the game is running. If GTA launches instantly from a smart TV on Netflix, they're happy. If Fortnite streams perfectly from the cloud, they're happy. If Call of Duty works without downloading a 200 gigabyte patch, they're happy. For them, cloud gaming will be more than good enough. Maybe even better. For people who will resist, the enthusiasts like me and you, right? They want their own gaming PCs, their own consoles, their own hardware, their own ownership. And I think that option will still exist, but it will become a premium. Like owning physical media today, like collectors buying vinyl records, like enthusiasts building custom PCs. It won't disappear, but it will just become too expensive. Then there's AI, because when 6G finally arrives, AI doesn't just improve, it explodes. Ultra-low latency networks, massive bandwidth, billions of connected devices, real-time data everywhere. AI systems will be integrated into everything. Your games, your devices, your networks, your cities. The jump we're about to see is going to be enormous, much bigger than most people realise. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying this happens tomorrow. Most predictions put commercial 6G at around 2030. But look around, the foundations are already being built. Subscription services, cloud infrastructure, digital-only distribution, AI investments, cloud gaming platforms. Every piece is moving into place. Gaming isn't heading towards a streaming future. It's already on the road there. The only thing missing is the network technology that makes the experience feel truly seamless. And when 6G arrives, I think that final barrier disappears. Gaming becomes a service, streaming becomes normal, and millions of people won't even notice the transition happen. Mark my words, we're all watching the future being built right now. Thanks for watching the video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you open to streaming games? Do you care about owning physical hardware or physical games? Comment below and let me know. And thanks for joining us today. This is EPG, Every Platform Gamer. Like, comment and subscribe, and remember to game anywhere and everywhere.